Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is LouAnn, and welcome to my kitchen. That coffee's a brewing, and you know there's some sweet iced tea in that ice box. And this recipe today will be continuing going through this cookbook, trying every recipe. At least that's my plan, unless I can't find an ingredient. That is the plan for what I'm doing. So today I am trying the Midnight Sun bread. So let me turn the camera around and let me show you. And of course, this is made in a bread machine. Okay, this recipe calls for 3/4 cup of buttermilk. I usually don't have buttermilk on hand, but I do have the dried buttermilk. So I got 3/4 cup of water, and I am going to go ahead and add the honey to this, which calls for a tablespoon and a half of honey. I may try to scrape some of this out, but I'm going to add it to the bottom because that is how my bread machine is. You add your liquids first. And like I said, I will probably scrape some of that out on there. So honey is slow. So I'm going to go get my spatula and I will scrape the rest of this out, and then I'll be right back. Finally got the honey in there. Now we're going to add 2 cups of bread flour, and I'm going to go ahead and add my dry buttermilk as well to this. So let's see if I can do this without getting it all over the place. Okay, there's our flour, 2 cups of bread flour, but if you don't have bread flour, that's all right. You could go ahead and use all-purpose flour, and I'm going to kind of smooth this out a little bit to cover that up. So now we need to add a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of caraway seeds. So I'm going to add that. Then I'm going to add zest and orange, half an orange, and we're going to put that in here. So, and this recipe also calls for raisins. I'm not going to add raisins to this because my husband don't like raisins in his bread. At least this one I'm not going to. So let me get the, go ahead and get the orange zest in there, and then I'll be right back. Now we add a teaspoon and a half of yeast, and I am going to add a tablespoon and a half of butter. Of course, I'm going to cut it up and put it on top of here, and then I'll be right back. This is a light crust, so I got to move over here and go to the L. So, and then this is just a basic bread to start it. And there we start making the Midnight Sun bread. So hopefully this will work. So, and your bread machine usually will beep, and usually that's when you add like your raisins and stuff like that in your loaf of bread. I'm only making 1 loaf, 1 pound loaf, so that's what I'm doing. I'm trying all these recipes only using the 1 pound loaf. So here we are.